Here we are again. It's always such a pleasure.
Hello, everyone. It's Jenna. It's Sunday when I'm recording this, because I cannot record this video, all of it, and get a story out for Monday. So yeah, my name is Jenna. If you didn't already get that, and today I am going to be covering, like I said in my last video, or rather I wrote, considering you didn't actually see me last week. I'm sorry, my camera died. Anyway, I'm just gonna jump right in. I'm gonna put the link to where I got everything below, so if you want to find out where I got this and maybe read more into it before I cover it, great for you. I just dropped a bunch of stuff, so 1 minute. Okay, this is from Sci-Fi on LiveJournal, and it was written February 2009. The Mary Sue character exists for the Soothers, Sue plus author, get it? So that's, for the Soothers' wish fulfillment. The Sue looks like the author wishes she looks, acts the way she wishes she could, says what the author wishes she could say, and creates an environment within the canon. That's everything that's happened in the show, or in the book, or in the movie. Characters, the setting, the plot, it's all canon. Anything that happened is canon. The Soother wish could have happened in canon. The Mary Sue is sometimes the gender or sexual orientation which the author wishes she or he was, or feels is fashionable. Mary Sue's are the female version, Gary-Stus, Marty-Stus. I heard someone call them Gary-Sus. Whatever you want to call them. There's a female version, which are Mary Sue's, or sometimes just Sue. Then there's the male version of her. But what is a Mary Sue? Well, this is from Wikipedia. A Mary Sue, or sometimes just Sue, in literary criticism, and particularly in fan fiction, you guys better know what that is if you're watching this video. Not going to go into explaining that one. Is a fictional character with overly idolized and hackneyed mannerisms, I hope I said that word right, lacking noteworthy flaws, and primarily functioning as a wish fulfillment fantasy for the author or reader. It is generally accepted as a character whose positive aspects overwhelm other traits until they become one-dimensional. While the label Mary Sue itself originates from a parody of this type of characters, most characters labeled by the Mary Sue by readers are not intended by the authors as such. Male Mary Sues are often dubbed Gary-Stu, Larry-Sue, Marty-Stu, or similar names. Okay, you're probably thinking, that's nifty, but Jenna, I'm confused. Well, let's break it down into my words, because there are a lot of big words in that thing, you know. So this is my own definition. A Mary Sue is basically a Barbie doll. She's beautiful, perfect, cute, funny, sweet, caring. She's the author's fantasy. She's flawless, and to quote Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way. I had a lot of notes on this. This is not the only type of Sue there is. Oh no, the most common is the purity Sue, which I just described. These are subcategories of a Mary Sue. For now, I'm just going to cover the most common ones in the Hetalia fandom. If you want to look up where I got these, I'll put the link here. The Purity Sue, which I said above, she's fragile as a flower. All the nations love her and cherish her. She's innocent, peaceful, and dislikes fights. Sadly, most Hetalia canon characters are put here undeservingly. Most of the time, females are thrown into this category. In Hetalia, especially for... Why? They get in the way of the gay. That's all I'm gonna say about it. The female characters, most people feel, get in the way of the gay. I even made it right for you! Okay? Wrong. They do not get in the way of the gay. They only get in the way of the gay if you make them get in the way of the gay. I'm just stating facts. You don't need to make them into Mary Sue's to prove your point. I think the character that gets this the most is Liechtenstein. Why? Because that's pretty close to how she acts in canon, because we haven't seen her very much. Seychelles also gets this. 2P Belarus definitely gets this. I am guilty of playing her as such. I'll surrender. I have made a Mary Sue before. Everyone has made a Mary Sue before. You cannot say you have never made a Mary Sue before, because that would be a totally incomplete lie. I don't care how good of an author you are now, or role player, or whatever. You have made one at one point in time, even if you didn't know. Okay, I rambled there for a little bit. Back on it. This is what Young Hungary gets put into a hell of a lot of the time, which is a warrior Sue. I'm going to take the definition straight from the link right here. This Sue is normally obnoxious, with mad fighting skills that she picked up instantaneously. She wears enticingly scanty armor, which doesn't seem to hamper her in the battle scene, from which she emerges without a single scratch. Impossible. Just saying. She will, of course, be so much better in fighting than the male characters in the story who are constantly telling her girls can't fight up until the moment she proves them wrong. Does that sound like a Young Hungary? If it does, you'd be correct, because this is how most of the fandom portrays her. She's not. I'm sorry. I write her like a dude when she's young, because she thought she was. Hungarian gender confusion, anyone? It was named after her. The entire trope was named after her. Hungarian gender confusion. Oh crap, I'm talking about tropes. That's another video for another time. This one, oh my gosh. I have seen it so often on Facebook roleplays. The Slut Sue. This is the one what else can I say? Exactly what it says on the tin. They sleep with everyone in canon, and sadly this is what France and Fiend France get pushed into by fan authors. A lot. Like, I seriously cannot tell you how many times they are put in here. It makes me sad, because they have so much more potential than what people give them. Last one, my least favorite, Emo Sue. Also taken from the link. Also known as an Angst Sue, this Mary Sue is always depressive, always whiny, and always miserable. She will have an awful past full of abuse, rape, and other hideous things, and the characters will constantly be offering her tea and sympathy. England, anyone? As well as reassuring her that her minor misdeeds are in fact minor, and her guilt over the time she accidentally spilled black nail polish on a kitten is unfounded. Such Sues tend to appear to any sane person as terrible company, yet will have the characters hovering around them constantly. So, much. Cat, what are you doing? That is my cat. That is a workout machine. Don't ask me what she's doing up there. I don't know. Random topic change, anyone? But yeah, so, general rule of thumb is, if the character you're writing about is impossible to happen in actual real life, it's a Mary Sue. I'm sorry, dears. It's the truth. This was just covering original Sues. Next week I will cover Canon Sues, and I will get more into Gary-Stus and Marty-Stus, whatever you want to call them. I'll get into the guy version of her next week, as well as Canon Sues, which are an entirely different plate of potatoes. This is Jenna, signing off, and Callie, I will see you tomorrow.